Well, hello everybody, welcome back and thank you for joining me on another new vlog. This will be my last vlog of 2021. And just for a change I wanted to do something a little bit out of the ordinary, something I don't normally do. You join me in a wet woodland, but that doesn't matter, that's what landscape photography is all about. Check out this tree behind me. I've photographed this several times before with the big long limb of a branch sticking out across the road. It's quite an interesting tree, but today I decided I was going to shoot it using a pinhole camera. So I've taken that shot now and I'm going to go and find my next shot. When I get to my next shot I'm going to show you exactly what the setup is and how I've managed to create a pinhole camera. The image that I've just taken does look reasonably good on the back of the camera, but we'll have to wait and see when I get it back on the computer exactly what it looks like there. So I hope you like this image, and I'm going to go and find the next one now. So before I do anything I better show you how this pinhole camera system works. Apologies first of all for the little bit of breeze that's going on. I don't know how well you can hear me, but what I've got here is the front body cap for the SLR camera that I carry around with me as a spare. And all I've done, I don't know how well you can see that, I've drilled a hole in the front of that, right in the centre, and on the back of that I've covered the hole up. You can't see this very well at all. I've covered the hole up with a piece of tin foil, which I've then coloured in using a black permanent marker, so that's completely black as well. And then after that I've just taken a simple needle and poked a pinhole right through the silver foil, and what that will do is that will create the pinhole for me to use on the camera. And now if I turn around and just show you where the camera is, I've got my SLR just there on the tripod, and at the moment there's a lens on it. I'm using the lens just to work out exactly what my composition is so I can see what I'm doing. But in a moment I'm going to take that lens off the front of that camera and replace it with this body cap, which is then going to give me my pinhole. And then I'll have to shoot an image using an exposure time of somewhere between 8 and 15 seconds, ISO 800, and of course I can't change the aperture because I don't have a lens on the camera, so there won't be any aperture setting at all. What that means is I do have to use a bit of trial and error to make sure I get the right exposure time, because obviously one of the points on my exposure triangle is missing from this particular shot. Well, I found myself with another little problem. Not a serious one that's easy enough to overcome. I discovered that the memory card in this camera suddenly decided it didn't want to connect anymore. I managed to get one photo out of it, but now all of a sudden it's not connecting. So I'm having to switch the memory card between this and this each time I want to shoot a photo. It means that I've got to remember to put the memory card back into the vlogging camera before I start vlogging again, because otherwise I wouldn't have the video footage. So that's causing a bit of an issue, but that's not a big one. It just means remembering to switch the cards, or switch the card from one camera to the other, and that's okay. Anyway, I found myself in a little bit of a woodland here. I walked off the beaten path a little bit, as I quite often do, and found a little dip in the landscape, and I've walked down into it, into the middle of what appears to be a little copse of trees. And I think there's one or two decent compositions here, so I'm going to take a few more shots and then I'll make another move. I'm quite enjoying the ever so slightly blurred effect of these images, and that's caused because obviously there's no lens on my camera, so I've got no focus ring at all, and that means I can't actually focus on the subject properly. So everything is very much slightly blurred, but it's making some interesting arty images, and they almost look as though they're kind of a little bit like ICM. If you don't know what ICM is, that's intentional camera movement, and basically what that means is that as you take the exposure, you're hand holding and you move the camera slightly up and down, left to right, diagonally, in any way you really want to be honest, and it causes movement in the actual image itself, and that's quite a nice effect, and I've done a video about that myself earlier this year. I'll leave a link in the description so you can have a look at that video if you want to, but in the meantime I'm going to move on from here now and probably take one more last image and I'll call it a day there. So in this final image of the day, I was really taken with how this little brook beside me kind of meanders through the image, and obviously that water's running, so there's movement in that water. So while I am taking a long exposure of 15 seconds, that's flattening out some of that water as well. So hopefully that's going to look quite interesting when the shot is finally edited. I think I might be able to edit a little bit of extra sharpness into some of the images, so you might be able to recognise exactly what they are. Hopefully you can, and hopefully I can manage to do that. But for now, that's the last image of the day. Hope you've enjoyed these images, and if you have, please remember to give the video a thumbs up. It's always good to get a few likes, and if you wouldn't mind just pressing that subscribe button as well, and I'll see you again on another vlog very soon. Bye for now.